it can set the tone on so many different things. But let's get into it. I'm already going off on a tangent. Hold on. Let me grab Napoleon Hill, Law of Success. And I told y'all before, whenever I, like, especially with a young person, but, anybody, and I'm talking to them and, they'll be talking about, oh, I want to own my own business. Or I always ask them, like, yo, so what's like the next move for you? Especially some of the young boys downstairs that work at the front desk as concierge. And yesterday, I was like, yo, I got a book for y'all. It's by Napoleon Hill, because they was reading one about business and they were having a conversation about it, two young men there. And I said, yo, I got a book for you. He said, is it Think and Grow Rich? And I was like, yo, that's dope. I was like, you read it? He said, yeah, I read it before this one. So I told him, I was like, well, you got to check out Law of Success by Napoleon Hill. So maybe I'll grab this for him, grab his Bible for him. He's already reading one that's like the same length. So it is what it is. All right. So for this actual reading, hold on. I got to pull up a photo for y'all. Y'all shall understand. I get to it. What was it? What was it? The Evolution of Transportation. So this chapter, told y'all I'm on chapter 9. Move to chapter 9. But while I read it, I can't show y'all the book. At first, I was just going to kind of show you the picture in the book until I realized that the picture in the book, even that, for me looks kind of crazy. All right. So, this one got the timelines. All right. So let me just share my screen with y'all. We're going to get into the reading, and then we're going to get into these topics that we're going to need to spend some good time on because, all right, here we go. All right, so as you can see, the timeline of transportation. Hold on, before we get into the reading, let me make sure I get Ant. Ant wrote, make sure you pick up the Outwitting the Devil, The Secrets to Freedom and Success. Make sure you pick up Outwitting the Devil, The Secrets to Freedom and Success, official publication of the Napoleon Hill Foundation. Oh, all right, so that's in the mix. All right, so that's in the mix. Yo, I'm telling you, I like talk about these books all day, every day. Like even the healing aspect of, is it with Think and Grow Rich? The healing aspect of it that we were talking about, like what you think it becomes and how tradition and how we've always used this in traditional cultures with medicine, herbs, but resetting the mind. And my young boy downstairs, another one that, works, at the desk, he hurt his shoulder. So he was asking me for some exercises to do. So at first I just told him, because I tore my shoulder as well, tore my labrum. And he was asking me some exercises, and I was like, yeah, I was showing him a couple, but that was the other day. And then yesterday I was like, yo, how's your shoulder feeling? He was like, it's getting better. It's getting stronger. So I got on the elevator and then I got off and I was like, yo, I said, what you really could do if you really want to, incorporate a different type of healing that I find, to be very helpful. I said, just think about it before you go to bed. And when you wake up in the morning, tell yourself that, I'm so thankful that I have a body that can recover from injuries, that can heal itself. I feel great. I know that my shoulder's strong. It's, you say all of these different things, and the mental is going to tell your body what to do. It's like giving your body instructions. So I told him, I was like, bro, we more than just, physical beings. We're connected. We're spiritual beings. We're all these different things. So therefore, we have to put out these energies and these frequencies because they always come back. And that's how we program our body and program, exactly what's going to happen in our life. All these different things that we talk about. So it was just dope. Because whenever you're telling somebody that, you kind of a little hesitant to tell them because you don't know how they'll receive it. When they do receive it as intended, it makes you feel good. All right. So what did Ant write? Ant wrote, Outwitting the Devil is about defending the mind and building its armor. See, like, yo, all these people, and keep in mind, these, the Napoleon Hills of the world, they studied some of the most successful people of their lifetimes who happen to be some of the most successful people overall in history. So there's always that mental aspect that's left out when it comes to the success. And I'm very thankful that this book has tapped into it, because I wouldn't necessarily think that about these type of books going into them, but that's the main focus. So this starts off talking about the evolution of transportation. As you can see on the screen, there's a timeline of transportation. So I'm just reading a couple, maybe like a page and a half from the book, and maybe probably less than that. Just a couple of things that are going to be discussing, relating, and using transportation as an analogy. So let's get into that. Nothing is permanent except change. Life resembles a great kaleidoscope before which time is ever shifting, changing and rearranging both the stage setting and the players. New friends are constantly replacing the old. Everything is in a state of flux. In every heart is the seed of both rascality, hopefully I'm pronouncing that right, rascality and justice. Every human being is both a criminal and a saint, depending upon the expediency of the moment as to which will assert itself. Let me read that again. Every human being is both a criminal and a saint, depending upon the expediency of the moment as to which will assert itself. Honesty and dishonesty are largely matters of individual viewpoint. The weak and the strong, the rich and the poor, the ignorant and the well-informed are exchanging places continuously. We see this all the time. Know yourself, and you know the entire human race. There is but one, hold on. Know yourself, and you know the entire human race. There is but one real achievement, and that is the ability to think accurately. We move with the procession or behind it, but we cannot stand still. Nothing is permanent except change. In the picture above, just so you know, it's a picture similar to this, so you guys can still follow along, even though it's not the exact same picture. In the picture above, you see proof that the law of evolution is working out improvements in the methods of travel. Remember, as you study this picture, that all these changes took place first in the minds of men. At the extreme left, you see the first crude method of transportation. Man was not satisfied with this slow process. Those two little words, not satisfied, have been the starting point of all advancement. Those two little words, not satisfied, have been the starting point of all advancement. Think of them as you read this article. Next in the picture, you see the history of transportation step by step as man's brain began to expand. It was a long step forward when man discovered how to hitch a bullock to a wagon and thereby escape the toil of pulling a load. That was practical utility. But when the stagecoach was ushered into use, that was both utility and style. Still, man was not satisfied, and this dissatisfaction created the crude locomotive that you see in this picture. Now, all these methods of travel have been discarded except in certain uncivilized or uncommercialized parts of the world. The man drawing the cart, the bullock drawing the cart, the stagecoach, and the crude locomotive all belong to ages that have passed. At the right, you see the transportation methods of the present. So we're just getting more to the present. Compare them with those of the past, and you may have a fair idea of the enormous expansion that has taken place in the brain and mind of man. Man now moves about more rapidly than in the past. From the first type of locomotive, there has been evolved a powerful machine capable of hauling 100 cars of freight, compared with the one small light car that could be drawn with the original. Automobiles that travel at the speed of 75 miles an hour are now as common as were the two-wheel carts in ages past. Moreover, they are within the means of all who want them. And still man's mind was not satisfied. Not satisfied. And when he spoke about being able to see, this sentence right here, compare them with those of the past, and you may have a fair idea of the enormous expansion that is taking place in the brain and mind of man. Everything that we look at, sometimes it's easy to question how powerful the mind is. It's very easy to question how powerful the mind is. However, all we have to do is look outside. Look at every building, every store, every landscape, based on, the grass that people have in front of their homes, the different bushes. All of these things are created by human beings. They're all created in the mind. So we created all these things. So when you think about how powerful it can be, every painting, everything, all these skyscrapers that, you look out your window, maybe looking at New York City or something like that, that was all created by man. Man had the vision to create all these different things. Now, don't get on me. I'm talking about, when I say man, I'm talking about humans, humankind. So let me switch it up. I don't want to offend anybody. But that was all created in the minds of men and women. Everything that we see, everything that we see. So from the cars, from the horses, to the locomotives, to the car, all these different things, stagecoaches, to what we see now, to the electric cars. Soon we'll have flying cars if they don't have them already. Everything was created in the mind. So therefore, we can create anything that it is that we're looking to just by our mind and then the application that comes with the desire. So just wanted to share that with y'all. Just another thing, I always like sharing these type of passages because they empower us. They give us proof that we can create whatever it is we are looking to create out here. It's on us. We can build anything. So let me blow my nose real quick, and then we're gonna get into the veggies of the discussion. You feel me? Big veggies. And before we continue, we have an announcement to make. One of our favorite people, Kiki, is in the building. Grand Rising, happy Wednesday, Kiki. You know we love having Kiki here. All right, so let's get to it. What do we start off with first? All right, so let's just get into what the topic is. Right and wrong.